The sister of a teenage girl who was brutally murdered 10 years ago is campaigning to keep her killer behind bars. Sasha Marsden was just 16 when she was stabbed to death in 2013 by hotel caretaker David Minto. Sasha thought she was being referred to for a job, but Minto was actually luring her to her death. He stabbed her more than 100 times, raped her while she was dead or dying, and dumped her body outside. Her body was found burnt, wrapped in carpet underlay and bin liners. It was later uncovered in an alleyway. The evidence against Minto, who worked at Grafton House Hotel in Blackpool, was described as overwhelming. Now Sasha's sisters Katie, 31, and Gemma, 36, and their parents Jane and Gary have organized 2 protests on the 10th anniversary of her death. They will be taking to the streets in Bolton and Blackpool on January 31st. The family said that although Minto was sentenced to life with a minimum of 35 years, they believed he should have instead been sentenced for a whole life tariff. Minto appealed his sentence in 2014, claiming the murder wasn't premeditated and that his intention was only to rape Sasha. Katie said, "When you look at the sentencing guidelines, they state he should have got a whole life order. Minto, who killed my sister, was sentenced to only 35 years. But it's not just Sasha that I'm campaigning for, I'm doing it for all these victims who are children who have lost their lives because of sexual deviance. If they get out at the end of their parole, they are still going to be young enough to go and commit these crimes again. We're basically campaigning for Minto's sentence to be reviewed, because it isn't fit for the crime." She added, "He's a dangerous sexual predator and he should never be released, which is why we're campaigning, because he needs to be locked up forever." The mum of 2 is also planning a celebration of life event for Sasha to help remind people of all the things she has missed out on, such as having children herself. Katie continued, "This anniversary is going to be a really hard one because 10 years is a big milestone and I thought I needed something to focus on. She has missed out on so much, like she would have been a mum by now. So I want to highlight all of that and say that she's gone, but she is still missed every day and isn't forgotten." Sasha was raped while unconscious by an older man when she was just 14 years old and dealt with things most adults wouldn't have to deal with. But Sasha eventually was able to get her life back together and was studying childcare at college. Katie has also paid tribute to her little sister, describing her as a little bugger with a heart of gold. She said, "Sasha had a really traumatic life for somebody her age and she was dealt a very bad hand.